Hi, I'm Kay Choi, and I'm a change management consultant and content creator based in New York. And on my YouTube channel, I share vlogs about my life as a consultant, career tips, and interviews with people in different industries, as well as travel and lifestyle content outside of my career. I've been in consulting for over 5 years now, and my path to get here wasn't necessarily the most direct or immediate, but something that's been consistent throughout my career journey has been the impact of Atlassian's products during my time in the workforce and working with teams. Atlassian's collaboration products like Jira, Confluence, and Trello have all been part of my life and my work in some way, and it makes sense because they are all about making what's impossible alone possible together. I'm going to share about my career journey in 3 different chapters, and chapter 1 starts right after I graduated from college. I graduated with a bachelor's in English and a minor in music, but that's just kind of irrelevant. I sort of just did that for fun. And during the first 2 or 3 years after college, I worked in public relations at a few different companies. One of them was a small fashion PR agency. Another one that I worked at was a global firm. And then I also worked in-house at a mobile game company. And Trello was something that I actually used throughout my time working in public relations. I was just starting out in the corporate world, and it really helped me stay on top of and keep track of all the tasks and activities that I had to get done and that I was getting used to. Trello is also great because it is really simple to get started. It's really easy to create different lists and create cards, and it's really intuitive in how you move them around to different lists to organize them. But as you take advantage of all the different features like automation, collaboration with teams, or even just changing the look and feel of your different workspaces and boards, you can unlock even more potential. When I started doing PR in-house at the mobile game company, one of the tools we used a lot was Jira. And using that tool, we managed timelines and tasks for mobile game development, for localization, which is like translation but like a step above because it's more about like the overall culture than just like a word for word translation between languages, and everything else that goes into developing and launching a mobile game. Jira has boards to help visualize workflow, but also has roadmaps to see every step of the project and who's involved, reporting and automation to assign tasks and issues. It really can do a lot, and so it made sense why we used it at the game company. What I learned when I was doing in-house PR at the game company versus working at an agency was really how to work cross-functionally with departments that do totally different things. When I worked at the agency, you know, the different members of the team had different focuses, but they were all still related to PR, so we all kind of got each other. When I was just working in the PR role within a larger company, you know, you've got designers, you've got developers, you've got a marketing team, you've got that localization team, customer support, business development, etc. Because of the workflow and road mapping capabilities in Jira, you could really see what was going on across the company, across the different departments, and everyone could stay on the same page. So that was chapter 1, the early post-grad years of my life, first years entering the workforce. In chapter 2, I went back to school. So this is where there's a bit of a turn or a curve in my career journey, and I decided that PR was not for me, and I wanted to go into something that was more strategic. I say that with a bit of a question mark because I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do, but I had heard that consulting is a really great way to get exposure to different industries and types of issues and challenges, so that really intrigued me and I wanted to get into consulting. While a business degree isn't required for consulting, I personally just wanted to have a bit of that business education because, as I mentioned, I majored in English literature during undergrad. So I got my master's in management and I lived in London for a year, and that's what inspired me to, you know, start my YouTube channel. I shared weekly videos about my life living in London as a grad student. And I think that even as a student, Atlassian's products can be really, really helpful. When I was in grad school, I was balancing going to my different classes and completing my assignments and studying and all the stuff I was there for as a student, but also had my part-time job. I had joined the swim team, and I was trying to socialize, get to know people, explore London, travel around Europe. I was balancing a lot. I think Trello is a great tool for students, whether you're prioritizing and organizing your own personal to-dos, or you're working on a group project and you all need to keep track of who is doing what and by when. In Trello, you can actually invite people to your workspace and you can work together in real time. And if you have a place where all of the tasks are nicely organized and you can see the status of all of them, it helps you like shift your energy and your focus to being more productive with your actual work, so you're not struggling to stay on top of where things are at. It's all just nicely laid out there for you. I also mentioned traveling a lot while I was in grad school, and so kind of on a side note, this could be for students, could just be for anybody. Trello is really great for helping plan itineraries or to-do lists as you prep for a trip or vacation. So now we've arrived at chapter 3, which is when I pivoted my career and went into consulting. And after grad school, when I switched careers and went into consulting, I also switched the content on my channel. So before that, I had been posting about life in London, about travel, and I switched over to sharing about my life as a consultant because that's just what my life is. I just want my channel to represent, what my interests are and what I'm going through. Alongside starting my new job as a consultant, I was also just expanding my channel's content and going into general career advice and doing career interviews to get exposure or give exposure to different industries as well, not just consulting. I also recently started a podcast with two of my friends, Christine and Megan. The podcast is called Samcha Podcast, and as a content creator, I still use Atlassian, and specifically Confluence is a great tool to be able to work with a team, in this case my podcast team. Confluence is a remote-friendly workspace, which we need since we're often in different cities and record our podcast virtually, and it helps keep our work and content streamlined in real time. We can create different pages for our episode topics and deadlines, we can tag each other in to-dos, add status labels and updates to our tasks, and you can also use Confluence to be a repository for content and knowledge and information. So if we've got articles or information that we want to reference during the podcast, we can store it there as well. So as you can see, Atlassian has been a consistent part of my career journey because their tools meet lots of different needs. From working with other people and collaborating with a team to managing individual to-dos, both personal and work-related, Atlassian's products and features help you do all of that. And the fact that you can do these things in a virtual setting, in real time, and enhance with automation, it makes it even more convenient. Hope you enjoyed following me along my career journey, some of the different turns that I took, and how Atlassian has been there throughout. Definitely go and check out Atlassian and their suite of products like Jira, Trello, and Confluence, and learn how they can help you stay organized, collaborate, and power the teamwork to tackle any project, no matter how big. Again, my name is Kay Choi, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!